In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how people are creating viral stickman comedy videos using nothing but free tools. And yes, some of them are already pulling in thousands of views, even with brand new channels. Now here's the crazy part. These videos look so simple that you might think there's no way they'd go viral. But if you've been scrolling through TikTok or YouTube Shorts recently, you've probably already seen them. I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, but do these videos actually make money? The short answer is yes. The best part is, you don't need to know animation, you don't need to pay for expensive software, and you don't even need to show your face. By the end of this tutorial, you'll not only know how to create one of these videos from scratch, but you'll also understand how to keep repeating the process to build a faceless channel that can actually grow. So, if you've ever wanted to start creating short-form content but didn't know where to start, this is going to be one of the easiest ways to get your foot in the door. Let's get started. The first thing we need is the audio that our stickman is going to perform with. And don't worry, you don't have to record your own jokes or buy anything fancy. We're going to pull comedy clips that are already out there and working. So here's how it works. Open up TikTok, either on your computer or your phone, and go straight to the search bar. Type in something like stand-up comedy, funny jokes, or anything along those lines. Immediately, you'll see a whole feed of short, funny clips that people are already posting and engaging with. This is exactly the type of content that works, because it's short, punchy, and it already fits perfectly into a TikTok or YouTube Shorts format. Now, just scroll through until you find one that actually makes you laugh or at least catches your attention. Don't overthink it, but make sure the audio is clear and the joke is easy to follow. Remember, the comedy is the hook here. People will stay to watch because of the punchline, and the stickman animation is just the unique visual that makes it stand out from all the other comedy clips on the platform. Once you've chosen your clip, click on the share button and copy the link. That's all you need. Then, open a new tab and search for a TikTok video downloader. There are plenty of them, so click on the first link. Paste your copied link in there, hit download, and this time choose the option that says MP3. What this will do is save the audio file straight to your device. Once you've got that MP3 saved, we can finally move on to the fun part, which is bringing the stickman character to life. Now that we've got the audio, the next step is to actually bring our stickman to life. And for this, we're going to use a free tool called Adobe Express Animation. Don't worry, you don't need to pay for anything here. There's a free version that gives us everything we need. So, open up your browser, type in Adobe Express Animation, and make sure you click on the link that takes you to the adobe.com/express page. A lot of people end up on the wrong page and land on the premium version, but the free one is what we want, and it's more than enough for what we're doing. Once you're inside, click on Create and you'll see a character selection screen. Adobe has a bunch of different characters you can use, but the one we're interested in is the stickman. His actual name in the character list is Sticky, and if you scroll down through the options, you'll eventually find him. Once you've got him, select Sticky and he'll appear on your screen, ready to be animated. Before we place him on the stage though, we need to set up the size of our project. This part is important because the size you choose depends on where you're going to upload your video. If you're creating YouTube Shorts, TikToks, or Instagram Reels, you want to go with the vertical 9:16 format. But if you're planning to make longer YouTube videos, you'll want to select the horizontal 16:9 format instead. Adobe makes it really easy to switch between these, so just click on the aspect ratio option and choose the one that fits your project. For this tutorial, I'll go with vertical, since short-form content is what makes these videos blow up. Now that the canvas is set, we can start building the actual scene. Adobe Express already gives us a plain background by default, but we don't want that. What we're going for is the look of a comedy stage. This is where the background comes in, but for now, let's just position the stickman so we can line everything up later. Now, let's add the stage background. The easiest way is to just head over to Google and type in something like cartoon stage with audience. Then click on the Images tab and you'll be presented with dozens of stage designs. Look for one that actually looks like a comedy setup, ideally with a spotlight, a stage floor, maybe even some chairs or a curtain in the background. The more it resembles a comedy club, the better it'll work. Once you find one you like, download it to your computer. Now, go back into Adobe Express and upload that image as your background. The software will place it behind your stickman and instantly you'll see the difference. Then, resize your stickman so he's standing exactly where you want him, right in the middle of the stage. Now that our stickman is standing on stage, it's time to make him actually perform. And this is the moment when everything starts coming together, because up until now, all we've done is set the scene. We've got the character, we've got the stage, but without the audio, it's just a silent cartoon. The magic happens when the stickman starts moving his mouth and syncing with the comedy clip we downloaded earlier. So here's how we do it. Go back into Adobe Express and look down at the bottom where it gives you the option to upload audio. Click on that, browse your files, and select the MP3 file you downloaded from TikTok. The moment you upload it, Adobe Express will automatically start processing the audio and attach it to your stickman character. And this is where the software really does the heavy lifting for us. It listens to the voice in the audio file and automatically makes the stickman lip sync to it. On top of that, it even adds basic gestures, like head movements and little expressions, so it looks less robotic and more like an actual performance. When you preview it for the first time, it might blow your mind a little. You'll see your plain stickman standing on stage, moving his mouth and syncing perfectly with the comedy routine, and suddenly this little project feels like a real animated video. And that's why this step is so powerful. It transforms your setup into something that feels alive. Now, there are a couple of things you should keep in mind here. The free version of Adobe Express does have some limitations. For example, you can't use audio files that are longer than 2 minutes. But that's not really a problem, because most stand-up comedy clips on TikTok are already under that time limit anyway. In fact, short clips usually perform better, because they're quick, funny, and they don't give viewers time to scroll away. So if your audio is short, that's actually an advantage. Another thing to remember is that sometimes the lip sync won't be perfect on the first try. Maybe the timing feels a little off, or the gestures don't quite match the energy of the joke. That's okay. Play it back a couple of times, and if needed, adjust your audio or try re-uploading it. Right now, our stickman is standing on stage, but there's still one thing missing: the microphone. Without it, it kind of looks like he's just talking into the air, and that small detail can break the illusion. Adding a mic instantly makes the performance feel real, like an actual stand-up show. To do this, just hop back onto Google and search for something like cartoon microphone with stand. Click on Images, pick one you like, and download it. Later, when we move into CapCut for editing, we'll import that mic image, remove the background, and place it right in front of our stickman. It only takes a minute, but the difference it makes is huge. Now that we've built the main animation in Adobe Express, it's time to polish everything up in CapCut. This is where we bring all the pieces together: the stickman video, the microphone, and any little adjustments to make it look smooth and professional. So, open CapCut and start a new project. Import the stickman video you exported from Adobe Express. Then also bring in the microphone image you downloaded earlier. Drag your stickman clip onto the timeline, and then layer the microphone image on top of it. Position the mic right in front of your stickman so it looks like he's holding it. If the mic has a white background, no problem. Just click on the image, select Remove Background, and CapCut will automatically clean it up for you. Now play the video back and see how it looks. If the microphone seems too big or too small, just resize it until it feels natural. You can also adjust its position frame by frame if you want it to stay perfectly in place while the stickman gestures. These little tweaks don't take long, but they make a huge difference in how professional the final video feels. Once you're happy with the look, it's time to export. Just click on the Export button in the top right corner, set your resolution to 1080p, and keep the frame rate at 60 for the smoothest result. Save it to your device, and that's it. You now have a finished stickman comedy video that's ready to post. With CapCut, the whole process is simple, and the cool part is you can keep reusing this setup over and over again. Just swap in a new comedy audio, adjust the timing, and within minutes, you've got another video ready to go. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.